Okay, so I want to walk you through how to create a basic real-time dashboard. So we're going to go under Edit Dashboard, and we're going to click on a new tab here at the top. You can choose from a template if you'd like. I'm just going to work from a blank page here and create from scratch. Give it a name and hit Create. Alright, so it's really easy to create a chart. We'll just click this button here, choose the ShoreTel Real-Time, and I'll use a group ECC, so the Contact Center Real-Time Group Status. And down at the bottom is where we can start adding our chart values. So if we want to build a chart that shows real-time status of our queues, so we can view queued calls here. You'll notice there's a lot of options in the drop-down. Maybe I want to view current max queue time, and maybe even our average queue time for the day. Okay, so we can give it a name here. Change the chart color if we'd like. We can choose the chart type, so either text, bar, or pie. I'm going to do a text chart here, and my chart layout, I'm going to choose a board, and you'll see the difference between a board and a table here in a minute. And then back at the bottom, I can filter by group name. So I want to view our ShoreTel and our MSP groups, and we'll hit Apply. Let that load, and there we go. So it's split a single chart into two sections, showing our queue for our MSP and queues for our queue stats for the ShoreTel group. All right, so now that we've got visibility of our queues, maybe I want to make sure that I've got enough agents staffed in a particular group. So I'm going to create a new chart, and again, I'm going to choose real time. And I still want to view group status. And so now I want to add in some agent data, maybe the number of agents that are logged in, the number of agents that are idle, number of agents that are in release. Okay. And again, I can change the color. And I'm going to filter by my two groups and hit Apply. Okay, you'll notice that I didn't change this from table to board, so this is the table layout. I don't like the way that looks for this particular chart, so I'm going to go back in here and change it to a board. And so again, similar to this chart, but now we're just showing staffing levels here within this particular group. So where I like to add thresholds is to a chart like this. So if I go back into my chart options and click on this icon that looks like two A's, I'm gonna say anytime I have the number of idle less than 4, I'm going to set a warning threshold, which will turn it yellow, and then an alert threshold will turn it red. So anything under 2. You can also set audio notifications for this as well. So now when I hit Apply, you'll notice it'll turn my number of agents idle to yellow because they're under 4 based on my threshold. All right, and one more chart we'll add in that's pretty common. ShoreTel Real-Time, so we can add in an agent status chart. And here I want to look at individual agents so I can see their status, maybe their state duration. And instead of doing a table, instead of doing a bar, I'm going to do a table. And again, I'm going to do the two groups we've been looking at and hit Apply. So now you notice instead of in a board view here, it gives us a table view. And I can add other things to this very easily. All right, so maybe I want to see the total number of ACD calls that they've taken for the day, and also their total talk time. All right, so it's very, very easy once you add a chart to add or remove metrics from it. All right, so those are three very common charts that you might want to look at from a real-time perspective. So now we've got some really great visibility into our queues, our group statuses, and even drilling down into individual agent status. Again, I can come back into here, and just like in my other chart, I can add some threshold notifications. So maybe anytime an agent goes into a released status, I can turn that a certain color. So we'll just use red here. All right, so now anytime somebody goes into a release status, how about we also add in logged out to that? So if they're logged out, it's also red. Kind of grabs our attention that, hey, maybe these users shouldn't be in a release or logged out status, and I can react accordingly. And once you're done making any changes to your dashboard, make sure you scroll up to the top and click Save.